general fitting experience will be divided into either driver or fairway woods and hybrids, or irons, or wedge, or putter. And we break them up because it's just too complicated trying to do it all at once. We do, interestingly enough, offer a platinum fitting, which is a review of your overall set. But generally, we like to do one category at a time.
What I'm going to ask you to do, I'm just going to create that club. We're going to hit a few shots. I just need to get a baseline to see what we're looking at. I'll walk you through the numbers after that and we see what we get.
So if you come in for a driver fitting, for example, our job is to find you a driver that will hit the ball straighter and further than any other driver. And luckily for us, there's kind of like an international benchmark. There's a grid that has these things. So, and it's all based on swing speed. So a person who swings the club, say at a higher swing speed, maybe like 110 miles an hour, which is the typical speed of a player on the US PGA Tour, he hits the ball very hard. So as he makes contact, the ball explodes off the face and spins a lot. And so his problem is the ball is inclined to launch too high, it's inclined to overspin, it's inclined to fly too high. And in picking up all of this backspin, it also picks up side spin. Now side spin is what takes the ball offline in terms of hooks or fades. So our job when we fit him, it would be to get him a club that launches it lower, that spins it less, that creates a rainbow arc flight, that cuts the side spin down, and that'll give him maximum control. At the same time, we need to look at his club head speed versus his ball speed. So if he's swinging the club at this 110, we want a ball speed of 165. And if he's not delivering the 165, is it the golf ball or is the sweet spot of the club not big enough? And so our overall task is to deliver this magical maximum ball speed equation off club head speed with the right spin rate. And that will then result in him hitting more fairways and hitting it further. And then the same applies on the other side of the scale. So if you take a senior golfer who's now a much softer swinger, when he swings, the ball's not leaving the club nearly as quickly, so it spins a lot less. So interesting enough, in his case, you actually want to increase the spin to hold the ball in the air for longer and to give him more hang time. And again, at the same time, you're doing this, but you don't want to increase the speed, or at least the spin, so much as you're affecting the side spin. Now, luckily, behind this are the manufacturers, and they produce all these wonderful drivers. And the nice part is when they make them for a specific customer. So they don't just sawmill make a driver. They make drivers for low handicaps, drivers for mid handicaps, drivers for high handicaps. Now, they supply us with the information that teaches us or tells us what market a driver is aimed at. We then test them and confirm that. So say this 110 mile an hour guy comes in. We know what category of drivers he's in. And he's only got sort of 4, 5 or 6 to choose from that are tailor-made for his type of golf. And we then refine those and choose the best of those. And if necessary, we then custom fit it further. So if he needs a especially low spinning shaft, we'll then remove the existing shaft and fit this especially low spinning shaft, which will give him even better results. At the same time, we then take his physical being into account. So if he needs a bigger grip, or if he's got bigger hands, he needs a bigger grip. If he's taller, he may need longer shafts. If he's shorter, he may need a shorter shaft, etc., etc. So by customizing the club finely to him, we get the best results. And as I said, the overall result is very compelling.